Now, all right, everybody, welcome to the show. This time we've got Marcus and Ira and Stacy, where Jesse Zagorski and myself are going to talk to them about really lead genning into this new decade that we're in. A lot of people are saying, well, what's the difference? It's only been a few weeks. Well, we're looking into how this is all going to change over the next 10 years. Obviously, over this year, more importantly. But every time I talk to Marcus and now Ira, I'm always impressed with what they know. And obviously they're with StreetText out in Vancouver. It's snowing. Yeah. Nice to have you guys. And Stacy is out from Bend, Oregon. She's with EXP. Is it snowing outside, Stacy?
We're expecting some serious snow, but not yet.
All right. And then Jesse and I are Southern California.
We are not no snow here, but I think if you're going to give some intros, we should get some music for these people, Tristan.
All right, let's do it, man. We're ready.
Please.
Who was, wait.
What was that?
What was that?
It was like 2 seconds.
No?
That was, I don't think that was a proper intro, Jesse.
Superhero theme music? We were talking superheroes.
I thought you were going to let it ride for at least 10 seconds.
That's terrible. No? You're fired, Jesse.
My music supervisor career is over before it started. All right.
I love it. All right. Well, let's get right into this. Stacy, for those of you who all of us who don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you met Marcus and Ira and the StreetText gang.
Well, I've been in real estate since 2004, started in Hawaii. I've been in 3 different marketplaces, so I've been on Start Over for 3 times. So each place has been really different. It's been a totally different growth experience in each location. And I met Marcus, well, through LATCO agents. So I saw you guys did a webinar, and I'm not a big person on paying for leads, but the cost of their leads and the amount of leads that I'm getting was just intense and awesome. So I did their free trial, and now I'm just creating this mass funnel follow-up and just dominating, and Marcus is crazy and inspiring. So it's awesome.
A quick question, Stacy, for me, this is a question that I have.
Okay.
When did you start with them? Because I keep on hearing the same thing over from like clients that they get, like Misty and Valerie out of San Diego. I hear the same thing. When did you start?
I think it's been about 4.5 months ago. And to be honest, when they first did the trial, I had to shut it off because I was overwhelmed. And for me, I'm such a system person. I was like, I need a system for this. I can't just get all these leads and let them sit there. I need to get the leads and have a system. So I actually shut it off for a little bit and until I could get a system in place, so that I could take care of the money that I was spending. So
very common problem we have out here. Lots of leads coming and no systems.
That sounds like a really good problem to have. So I've got a question, Tristan. So I've never been exposed to StreetText before. I've only heard Tristan say it's amazing, and now I hear agents talking about it. I'm pretty obsessive when it comes to like what's new in the world of lead gen. That's why when Tristan said, "Hey, jump on this webinar," I'm like, dude, I'm in. In like 1 or 2 sentences, Marcus or Ira, can you frame up the context of like what is it just lead generation? Do you do all sorts of leads, buyers, sellers, farm animals?
Oh man, absolutely. So when someone comes in on 10,000 foot view, we're gonna introduce them to the seller side of StreetText, because there's this ad and funnel combination that we have that produces almost 70% of every click into a submission. That's crazy, right? So think of real estate out there, 2.5% is the average, according to some study. And then if you're sitting at 9%, you're like the 90th percentile. StreetText has a funnel that goes 70%. So the key on there is we have developed this in such a way, if you split test it appropriately, you're gonna get a low cost per lead. It's just inevitable. It doesn't matter what market you're in. And then really it's all about personalizing and customizing the automations, the first response that gives you the opportunity to connect with that person right away.
Love it. So your lead generation for buyers and sellers, as well as some of the automation for the follow-up.
Yeah, it's a full Facebook lead generation solution. You have the landing pages, you have the drip, you have the speed to lead component with the SMS, and then you have coaching and training and masterminds and all these different opportunities just to excel if you're embracing the fact that you got to actually get your custom handprint all over it.
Love it. All right, thank you. So Tristan, if you want to take it with some questions, I wanted the framework for what.
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I'm glad, because a lot of people don't understand what it is and what it does. So, but let's get right into it, man. The topic today is really lead genning into this new decade, into this new year. either you, Marcus, or Ira, you guys want to take this on and see how things are going to change or what's working now?
Yeah, I mean, I can share my screen really quickly so you can see kind of what is being used for Stacy. So when someone comes in the environment of StreetText and we run an ad for them, we're always testing the market out within the first $10 of ad spend. We can have a really clear picture of if that ad is something you want to keep going or turn off. So uniquely with this ad, we tell people 24 hours, 500 people reached, or $10 of ad spend before you decide of keeping that ad running or not. That's it. That's all you need. And if you split test this type of ad overnight, maybe 3 to 5 ways, you're going to find a low cost per lead. So typically, if you look at right now, Stacy's got an ad that's producing in Bend, Oregon, about $1 a click. Okay. And that is translating into about a $2 lead and about a $5 email. Okay. So that's phenomenal when you consider, if I kind of take you through the experience, someone's randomly scrolling down their newsfeed, they see an ad. And the great thing about, if you look at Stacy, she does a lot of social engagement. She shares it personally. She's got 38 comments on this ad. Facebook loves this type of stuff. And it's only going to drive more relevancy there. And a lot of people neglect engaging their own ads. They just let them run. And then they often burn out because they're not staying engaged with it. Okay.
I love that. So here, I'm going to interject here, and then I want to know what Stacy thinks. But this is kind of like just for Jesse and those of you that are listening in. The thing that I love about this way of advertising is that initially they're posting, they're telling you to throw out 3 or 2 or 3 ads. This way, it's kind of like ABC testing, Jesse. And they're going to say within 24 hours, hey, dude or dudette, cut out your other 2 ads because they're sucking in comparison to this one that's doing amazing.
100%.
And that's, to me, that's the secret sauce. Because look, I'm glad you brought that up. Can you show us that? Because that's what makes me excited. Because this is like, these are real numbers. Like, okay, you guys are actually helping.
It's amazing. So you don't have to figure it out. There's 8,226 actively using this funnel right now. And across the board, North America wide, Canada, US, you're getting about a $6.26 email, $6.26, a $19 phone number, at about a $2.31 cost per lead. That's the average across America. That isn't, I see it all the time. We get leads as low as $1 per email. If you get a incredible cost per click within the first $5 spend, oftentimes you can see something like a 36-cent cost per click. And if you're translating close to 70% of those becoming contacts, you can imagine how effective that is. So really what it comes down to is, if you're getting anything in the ballpark of $5, $6 emails, then what is that email going to show to that person in that moment that connects them to you and starts a conversation?
Yeah,
those are seller. So those are, I'm sorry, those are seller.
Yeah, we have a lot of templates.
That's different.
You want to do buyers, you want to do sellers, you want to do your own listings. Sometimes we have ones specifically using Facebook lead ads that take all the information up front. But the funneling system, as you're about to see for StreetText on this particular funnel, is very unique. And to build it, it takes seconds, guys. Like, I can go in here really quickly and show you, you can build an ad with a map, with a terrain. It really doesn't matter. You can drop in little fun emojis inside here. So if I go in to build this current ad for Stacy, all I'm really doing is dropping the pin, picking an address in Bend, drawing a 15-mile radius around it. It's really easy. You can see it naturally just pulls that in, because that's the minimum standard for Facebook. And once I click next here and click done, it pulls in the coordinates, click next, deploy. She just deployed an ad in a matter of seconds.
I love that. So I'm going to go to Stacy on a question, and Jesse, interject anytime you have a question. I'm just going to ask Stacy one.
Go for it.
A popular question in lab codes is, hey, I just moved into this area. Like, I had to move. I had to relocate. And one person that comes to mind is Ken Posick. He's done a great job. He moved from, I think it was Michigan, over to Florida. And he's absolutely killing it on social media. That's how he was able to grow his new team really quickly. You've done it. You've gone, what, from Hawaii to where to where?
Yeah, so started off on Big Island, and then I moved to Maui. Big Island was in Hilo, which is east side, super nothing going on over there. It's pretty low key. It's beautiful. And then Maui to the condo market. So I went from a land specialist to a condo sales, short-term rental sales specialist to now just residential. So I've been in 3 different types of markets and 3 different types of properties. And so it's just about identifying where you need to have your strengths in each market is what I've had to figure out. So coming here on the mainland, I had to figure out, because from the islands, you're coming to the mainland, it's a whole different thing I'm not used to being a part of. So it was like, well, I know it's about housing, number 1, and number 2, you have to know somebody here. It's about referrals and past clients, which I don't have. So how can I reach a big audience and still participate as a real estate agent in a short period of time? So I've been licensed here in Bend for 1 year, and I've already done pretty well, I think, for my first year here. So I see my growth doubling each year, if not tripling, based on StreetText helping me alone, but also social media. So that's why I turned to social media. I didn't have Instagram. I didn't have a Facebook business. I didn't really know what to do. My personal page had like 200 friends on it. So I had to research everything. So that's what I did. And I also needed a CRM, which I didn't have before, a real good CRM, an automated CRM. So I also had to learn a new system, a new market, new neighborhoods. How am I going to get business? So I'm kind of one of those people that just kind of sets a goal and just nothing will stop me kind of person. So when I found StreetText on Labco agents, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I've spent so much money on leads in the past. Zillow was the primary thing on the islands. So over here, I was like, that's just not an option. The cost was so high. So that's where StreetText came in for me to help with my seller leads. And I couldn't do it without social media, to be honest with you. So it has to be social media, a funnel, a follow-up, and touches in so many different ways. So that's how I'm doing it, is messenger, text message, phone calls, email. It's everything. So
when you did your deep dive in the research of all these different ways you were learning, did some of that come from, I just see their name changed, from Captain America and Professor X, or these things that that's the StreetText guys, or did you find that on your own and combine it with StreetText? Like, how does StreetText knowledge base fall into everything you learned?
Yeah, so honestly, StreetText gave me business that I needed to come up with a system on. StreetText funnel is really cool, I tell people, because if you don't know what you're going to do, at least they already have the funnel there. And then one of the big topics is make it your own and make it personal for yourself. But until you get to that point, at least there's something already running. And for me, I'm like, I got to make it personal. I got to make it me. I got to attract my people. I don't wait around for anything. I'm like, BombBomb, okay, that sounds good. HomeBot, that sounds great. Those platforms are intensely, I love them. YouTube, whatever I can incorporate to make it my own and branch it into every direction possible. I call it my web. Because you're going to touch on different people, and different people are paying attention to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. There's so many different platforms that people are focused on. I want to touch on everybody that I can reach. So for StreetText, it was more about giving me the opportunity to go, okay, now I need a plan. And there are some great ideas in the StreetText group, but I also took it and made it my own, which I think is why I'm here today, which thank you so much, I also am sharing that in the group. I'm sharing all my secrets. I'm telling everybody what I'm doing, and I just launched it recently. So I'm in test mode, and I'm constantly going to change based on response and what kind of response I'm getting for each funnel that I have put out there. And so I'm already seeing some strong responses. So then I'm going to start changing up the other ones until I kind of get a sweet spot going. And then I can focus on my business and the people that are responding.
So people who are watching this, that they have some more like advanced users or more techie people, or just anyone who's already figured out what StreetText is, what's one of these secret tips that you're sharing? Like, what's one of this that you're like, oh, this is working really great? You got one nugget?
I got lots of examples.
You got one, Marcus? All right, give us one, man.
Of Stacy's, of Supergirl. Okay. So what you kind of got to get an idea is, someone clicks on the ad. If someone were to buy your home, would you sell it, find its value in the current market? They see an image of the surrounding area that they're in. It's really easy, non-invasive. That's why it works so well, because everybody uses maps, terrains, all this stuff. They don't feel like they're being sold anything. So as they click into this passive role, they're kind of going into, oh yeah, I'll provide some information to get this home value. And the first thing they provide is an address, right? So at the very moment I'm putting in, it's being populated really easy for these people. And for the homeowners, the next step is that we want an email to be provided, okay? So let's say I put my email in here, I click email permission to be contacted by Stacy. And then we can get more information about the home. Perhaps they've given some updates when they want to sell. We don't put a lot of weight on this because like Stacy knows, until you talk to them, you have no idea. The just curious could be immediately, the immediately could be just curious. You never assume, never pre-qualify. And at this point, this is great because this is where automatically your brand or your review comes in. They can see a picture, they can see a little slogan. This is what activates the SMS text of StreetText. So within 3 minutes of a number provided, a text message from Stacy's assistant named Julie shoots out. And she's not real. Julie's not real, but they think they're talking to Julie. And it's pretty cool because you can see in a second, in 3 minutes, they'll get the text and then Stacy takes over and she can book herself an appointment. But the very moment they submit the email, Stacy has gone in there and personalized her automation. So there's a video introducing herself to that homeowner. And I'll kind of quickly play it for you guys to see what she's saying in that moment they actually check their inbox.
Hi, Stacy Sebastian with eXp Realty. I just wanted to let you know that I received your Facebook property evaluation request and I am working on it. If there's anything you'd like to share about your property, like you have a river feature or you did any recent remodels, new roof or anything like that, that would be great. That certainly will help me, more appropriately price your property. And obviously a more in-person evaluation is the best way to go. I do realize that you may just be doing refinance or just curious, or maybe you're looking to sell in the next 6 months or so. Either way, just let me know any details that might be able to help, and otherwise please check your email and I should have that out to you shortly. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
So awesome. Hey,
Love it.
So
and by the way, I actually noticed this when Stacy got on before. Even the backdrop that she has in her video, and it's really interesting because I'm in the process of changing mine over, which is why mine's kind of blank. You look at Tristan's, he's got a lot of little stuff back there. I've been obsessed with what's in the background of videos. Stacy's, I don't know if it's home office or just has that feel. Are you at home office right now, Stacy?
No, I'm in our Airbnb room. That's where I do my videos.
Love it. Okay, but it's home. It doesn't feel like an office. And so when you're on a webinar right now, it gives you a very intimate feeling with that video as well. It doesn't feel salesy. It's not like you're like, hello, I'm Stacy. Right? You're just shooting off the video and it's a generic video you reuse, but the background, it gives that psychological feeling, right, Tristan?
I would watch that video all the way through though. Like that video you just said, hello, I would have watched it from start to finish.
There was that one that was in a closet. Remember that one?
That's Donna Swansea, and you can't hate on that because she's done a couple hundred.
I know. I'm just saying. I was so wrong about that one because it was so successful.
Right.
So that's the point that Jesse was saying, right?
Authenticity, guys. Authenticity. People are just craving that. They want something that's someone who's real, not scripted. So that's the key. Is you got to come in, feel natural. That because I have a question. Like trust.
I have a question about that. So maybe, do you think it would be appropriate if I'm sitting in the bathroom and doing that? Like that's super authentic.
No.
Hey guys, just 5 in the morning. I'm in the bathroom right now, but I promise I'll get back to you.
I almost guarantee you, Tristan, that you would get business if you literally if you showed, like without showing anything bad, but like you see the bathroom and you're like, hey, I got your message. I just want to let you know how important it is I respond quickly. I almost guarantee.
I don't believe that, Jesse.
Some people would hate you and some people would love it.
Or you can just be coming off like a good workout. Be like, hey guys, sorry, I'm just sweating right now. It's just been a great workout. I'll get back to you.
Stacey, what do you think of this?
I just want to say, well, I don't know. I didn't hear you. My mic was off or something. But what I was saying before is, I didn't record a bunch of those videos. I have a lot of ums in there and, again. So the thing with me is I'm just saying, you know what, don't worry about it being perfect. Don't worry about the perfect sentence or if you sound scripted or, writing something out. I just put it up there after 2 takes. I was like, stop thinking about it, just do it. And I didn't even start video until maybe 3 months ago. Thank you, Noelle Nielsen, for inspiring me, by the way. I just want to say that to her because I wouldn't have done it. It took me a year to get on video. And so it's been very challenging for me to get comfortable with all of this because I am more of an introvert, shy person. So it is very hard for me to put those videos out. I just want to say that. But I also want to say that just do it. As long as you're doing it and it's out there, that's all that matters, and it's working. So that's it.
That's what separates you from the pack. I mean, you've done it. You know, so many people get stuck in that perfection mindset. They're trying to get everything perfect. They're trying to, and you even said that. You said, you know, I need to stop it because I need to get my fingerprints on it. And I'm sure if you waited until your fingerprint is perfect, you wouldn't be where you are right now. Because you just
no, I'd still be planning back in the day.
Yeah, and that's where I think a lot of us get stuck.
And you know, the beauty behind that is you can analyze if it's working or not just based on the opens and the responses. So, you know, I challenge everybody with that autoresponder is like, hey, formula, you got it. If you're not getting a response and a call to action, then something needs to change. Like, and sometimes it's as simple as just asking a question in that first video so you can get a question or an answer, a simple yes or no question. And so, you know, and the call to action, you get to use that automation to set the tone and the process. It's no longer about producing a CMA or a home value. It's about connecting with that person and directing them where you're going to connect to.
In that, with the process, Stacy, can you take me through, and maybe Marcus and Ira can just jump in as well, but can you take me through that process? So when you get the lead, you know, and an email is sent out through BombBomb with a video email, what's the process after that? And what have you seen people respond to the best to that you're sending out?
Yeah, so what I ended up doing is I was debating on between keeping just StreetText funnel or also putting one in my KV course system. And so what I ended up doing in the end is keeping both, and just the dates coincide and they kind of jump back and forth a little, but it also includes, you know, adding value. So first it starts in StreetText, and then it jumps over to KV Core, and I get tasked to do certain things as well, like, you know, look up their name because it may not be appropriate to what lead I got. Sometimes they're missing names. Also to look for them on Facebook and go friend them. So that's one of my tasks too, because eventually I want to get them involved in social media. Also, some people are only looking to refinance. So I have a lender doing a video. So this all happens in 10 days inside of KV Core, and then it shoots back over to StreetText, and it includes text messages that are automated, emails that are automated. It prompts me to make more phone calls. I put them on market reports. I put them on neighborhood drips so they know what's for sale in their neighborhood. So I have all these tasks in there too for me to stay in the loop. And then it goes kind of long-term back into StreetText because I can track clicks in StreetText. I can track only activity in KV Core. So they're both helping me do better. And then I've built it so that I can continue to add on the funnel. Like, you know, I'm still trying to think of ideas to continue to add. I'm adding lenders. If you're only looking to refinance, I suggest this lender and this lender. And then I go to those lenders and I take videos of them talking about how they can add value to my customer too. So I'm bringing in more people than just myself on my funnels to add value. So whether they're even selling in the future, at least I'm helping them, because maybe in 5 years they sell with me.
All right, question on that, Stacey. When you're getting people that are interested, that's saying, yes, send me value, the value from a home or an estimate, or people that engage with you, how do you take that to the next step? And then how many have you seen are super serious in responding to that?
Yeah, so at first I was spending a lot of time on building CMAs, and it was just too much time. So I have gone through a little bit of a learning curve. So I'm using HomeBot because it's only $25 a month, and I just plug them into HomeBot. That's one of my tasks, and it gives them a value, and it may not be a perfect value, but it's coming in pretty good on most of my HomeBot clients. And sometimes it's skewed or off, and that just creates engagement. So I actually prefer it to be a little off. And they're like, hey, we were looking to sell, but that price doesn't look good. We may not want to sell anymore. And I'm like, well, you know, hold on one second. Let me validate that value for you. So I'm also sending them CMAs on video, or giving them a personal CMA, you know, whatever they need. I'm initiating that at that point, making it more personal. I'm calling them. Yeah.
I have a question for you on that.
Yeah.
When you're doing the videos that are responding to the CMAs, one thing that I saw the last time we did this that stood out for me, Marcus, I think it was Marcus who showed me.
I have it. I know.
You know what I'm thinking about?
We
Yeah.
have like minds. Baby
That's right, Captain America. So
You want to see it?
yes, please. I don't even want to say it. Just show it to me, baby. That's the one,
That's the I have read your mind, brother.
dude.
It's Stacy Sebastian again over here at eXp Realty. I just wanted to go over just some of the home facts that I found for your property here. I saw that you purchased it for $282. I did see some concessions that you've gotten towards your closing costs, so you actually got it a little bit lower over there. And then here's some of the comparables that I came up with over in Deschutes River Woods, which is you're right on Cheyenne Road. So just a little sneak peek at a couple of these properties. When I pull them up here, you can see them. I'm going to send you the link to these homes so you can kind of see what I'm looking at. And so we've got the sold price of $299 here, and then the highest one that I have on the list here actually sold on Cheyenne for $338, and that was just on 5/30/2019 of this year. So I made sure to pull them within your square footage and your location, and you can kind of see what I'm comparing your property to. Some of them have a lot more landscaping or maybe some additional upgrades than yours, but you can kind of get a feel for the list that I have sent you here. If we go in the middle of the road, this one that sold for $310. You can kind of see that yours, there are some comparisons here. So at this time, I would kind of look at the median of the range. I did also pull your property up on Zillow. They have these little Zestimates here. They're not always accurate, but I would say in this case, you're between, $299 and $310 range as far as potential sales price. I can get more precise on your evaluation if I came to the property. So in the future, if you ever get to a point where you might place your property on the market, I can come out and take a good look and we can get a more exact price point. But in the meantime, I'm going to send you over that little list that I pulled here on the MLS, and that should give you a pretty good idea. If you have any questions, 541-797-1031, or you can certainly email me back. Hope you have a great evening. Okay, talk soon. Bye.
How awesome is that, Jesse?
It's so awesome. I have so many questions, but it's also so awesome.
I wanted Jesse to see. Well, Dr. Strange. Sorry, I wanted Dr. Strange
Dr.
to
Strange.
see this.
So, all right, so question.
Before you ask your question,
Okay.
I had a couple of questions from the audience. What are you using to record that?
I'm using BombBomb.
Perfect. All right,
Bomb,
Jesse.
bomb.
Dr.
Love it.
Strange, go ahead.
So Dr. Strange. So here's my question for Supergirl for Captain America. Thank you, Baby Yoda. I love using these names, by the way. If people haven't read them on the screen, they're like, what are you talking about? It's just read the bottom of our boxes. So who are you sending this to? Let's start that with. Is it only people that have engaged, or is it anyone requesting a CMA?
Yes, so I'm only sending these to people that are engaging. That's their prize.
So walk me through, what does the engagement look like that triggers you? Because this is a decent amount of work, but it's also incredible. So walk me the step before you make this. What did the consumer do that said, okay, I'm going to jump in and make one of these rad video CMAs?
Just a simple text back from them saying any upgrades on their property. I just need some form of a response to give them this value. So I really want to get in front of them, but any response, it just shows if they're responding to me, I feel like they did their homework and they're paying attention. So I want to give them something back.
Got it. How long does it take you so are you using HomeBot to pull the basic comps on this, or did you do this one manually when you went to your MLS?
No, I hope that they see that I'm doing it manually. So I'm walking them through my process of how I'm valuing their property. And so you can see that it's generally me sitting there, feeling it out. So I do set up all the pages that I'm going to do. And I do look at the comps and come up with an idea of value that I'm going to tell them. And then I just walk them through my process.
Love it. And total time spent to create one of these videos is?
Probably about 35 minutes. It's a good amount of time.
Yeah. Okay. And those are my basic questions. So now to the results section of it. You've been doing this for how many months? And as you send these videos, if I'm a seller and I get this definitely makes you stand out from any other agent. I don't think they're getting anything like this. Some of these leads I found, though, and Marcus or Ira, you guys can jump in, they're typically earlier on in the incubation period when you generate a seller lead. So have you started getting conversions out of this, or what have you seen from doing videos like this?
For me, so it's winter season here right now. So as far as conversion for me, I'm just building up a lot of people that are going to be listing in the spring months and the summertime, because that's our hot season. And that's what I'm suggesting, unless they're, you know, motivated to move. So right now I'm anticipating quite a few listings in spring and summer for myself.
Love it. So you send this video over, and then now you're just stacking your pipeline to continue to do either automated or manual follow-up between now and whenever they list.
Yep.
Love it.
She doesn't stop there. She friend requests them and adds them into a group, Sunny and Ben.
There's a lot more.
There's, yeah, like that's, she's branding herself all the way through YouTube, Instagram. She's got her own Facebook groups. She's sending them a Facebook request and a message on Facebook. Like, you don't stop there. You continue the relationship and maintain the relationship.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier about like where are things heading in terms of your Facebook. You know, we're working in a new economy now. The economy is the attention economy. You know, how do I capture people's attention? Because people don't have attention spans. I was reading something the other day that said that our attention span is actually decreased to below a goldfish. That we actually have a lower, the human being has a lower attention span than a goldfish now. It used to be 12 seconds, and now it's around 7 seconds. So as I'm scrolling through Facebook, the reason that it captures people's eyes is because you're offering them value. And once you offer them value, you're offering them something, then you have the opportunity to maintain and keep their attention over 2020. And sometimes where we lose sight of it is we get stuck in short term. You know, Stacy's coming on here. She's done the work. She's been doing the practices. She's been putting it together. She has goals for 2020. And the people that are killing it in our community are the ones that say, I understand that attention is something that I have to earn. It's something I have to work for. So that's the cool part about that.
All right, so 3 questions here from the audience. Actually, a lot more, but I'm only going to answer 3 or ask 3. Can text, they put text street. Can StreetText work alongside Follow-Up Boss?
Yes.
All right, good job.
A ton of clients in there.
Awesome. Nancy is asking, which CRM does StreetText recommend to work with?
Your favorite CRM.
All right,
There's so many line desks. Follow-Up Boss.
I'm going to say Follow-Up Boss.
And some people use StreetText as a CRM as well because it's got natural drip campaigns in it. So it doesn't matter. We can help you once you get set up.
I like that. And then Ed McKimsey, thank you for asking a question. How do you handle the ones that don't respond to automated messages or emails? What is your first contact like after they have submitted info? So it sounds like two separate questions there. Number 1 is, how do you respond to them? And then the ones that don't respond at all, do you keep on going? How long is your drip, Stacy? How does that look?
I never stop following up until they tell me to leave them alone. And even then I spread my follow-up 6 months. So all I essentially do is I push it out further so I don't bother them as much. I never stop, and I don't assume it's going to be instant, because eventually all of this follow-up is going to lead to a lot of business. So I'm in it for the long term. So, you know, that's just what I've learned in real estate. There's no instant gratification. So you never stop following up. What is it, like 12 touches before you're their person? So like phone calls, text messages, you don't stop until they shut you down, unsubscribe to you across the board. So I just don't stop.
That's beautiful. What's your first contact like after they've submitted info? Is it always the video email, or is it something before that, or what does that look like?
If they give me their phone number, my first touch is to make a phone call. That's just obvious. If I can get them on the phone, that is number 1. So they aren't all coming with a phone number. So a lot of them are email only or, address only. So I also have follow-up that is in the mail because I only have their address. So it just depends on what type of person I'm getting, what the first touch is. So if I have their email, it's an email. If I have their phone number, it's a phone call. So it just depends on what I have to work with.
Awesome. And then a question here, when you do get their cell phone and you make this awesome video that you do you also text it? Because I know BombBomb can give you that little link and you can text it.
I will use Messenger if I have to get the information to them. So, but just keep in mind, I'm not giving them extra value until I receive some form of communication from what I've done.
So you're not spamming them. I got it. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I am sort of spamming them, of course. I'm going to continue to touch them until I'm not going to work real hard on providing something outside of the box, like providing the video CMA. Nobody gets that until they respond to me in some form.
Okay.
Then they will get the video CMA. But for the first part of it, it's just a lot of automation until I get a response from them, any response.
All right. And then while somebody was watching this, so this is live, I had Brian Curtis. You know Brian Curtis, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So Brian Curtis is an awesome coach. He's also like a mega producer. And he said, hey, Tristan, I just sent you an email with one of my agents using StreetText and BombBomb. I haven't seen the video. Just let me warn you, but I did download it. So I'm going to share it with you guys right now.
This is bold, Tristan. Oh, it's Eric. I love Eric.
Okay, I don't even know this guy, but it's Eric. It's one of Brian Curtis's, and he says this is the video email that he sends out to StreetText. Let's watch the first few seconds. Here you go.
This is Eric Hebe with the Curtis Realty Group, and I'm reaching out because you had clicked on one of our Facebook ads a little while back to get an idea of the value of your home. I don't know if any of the other agents on my team ever reached out to you. I just got it assigned to me, and so I thought I'd go ahead and just send this report. Click on the link below. It will take you to the report that I created, which looks like this. It's going to give you a current estimated value of your home. Obviously, I've never been to your house, so I don't know how accurate this number is. But considering selling, I would be happy to come over and do a quick 15-minute walkthrough and give you a more accurate number. But this report is going to show you a estimated value. Here's your loan information over here.
And that's HomeBot, for those of you wondering.
You turn up the video, Tristan?
Turn it up.
Yeah.
Interest since getting the loan. This shows you if you're considering doing a refi or refinance on the property. This shows you different products.
That's the max I could go. But anyways, You guys get the idea. I'll send it over to you, Marcus, too.
Not bad. I need to work with them a little bit.
Yeah. Slap them a few times and show them how to do it right.
Hey, the only question is it working? Right?
Yeah,
and can it work better?
Question.
Right? So that's back to your ABC split testing. So if it's working now, can you try another one and see if it works better?
Hey, Stacy's got a HomeBot video too, if you want to see that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just saying. I mean,
Dude, of course.
It is the Supergirl show, so.
That's right. Let's watch it.
Oh, right. HomeBot.
Oh, well, can you pause it really quick?
Yeah, I
Question.
can.
For those people that don't know what HomeBot is, can you do like a 10-second, 15-second?
You're gonna be good on this one. What's HomeBot?
What's HomeBot?
It's explaining in the video what HomeBot is.
Oh, perfect.
There you go, Tristan. Answered.
You know what? I'm sorry I asked that question.
Again, I went ahead and created your personal website. It is called HomeBot. And from here, you'll be able to kind of see what the value came in at based on the details of your property. And I went ahead and, completed this graph here. It kind of shows you the value and the history over the last, couple of years on what's happened to your property. And as you can see on this particular property, it's at a peak. So this one's just a generic one. This just gives you an idea on your own website what it looks like. And then this is just kind of like the value, and you can kind of see how it's calculated as far as like net worth, what comes back to you if you were to sell the property and based on the loan and everything else. So here's what you pay for so far. So this is obviously going to be based on your loan, and you can change the details down here if your loan you notice down here isn't right. So if it looks right, go ahead and click that button. If you need to change anything, you can go ahead and click right here. It shows principal and then interest that you've paid on your loan. And then if you do want to refinance, this is just a really great way to say, how long am I going to own my home for? And if I refinance, what am I going to end up spending out of pocket to do that? And which option looks better for me? So if you're not looking to sell and you're thinking about keeping your home for a while longer and you needed to refinance, that's a really great option to look at. And here, if you just paid a little bit more towards your principal, this is kind of shows you how much you could save on your loan. And then also if you wanted to pull money out to put into an investment property, or if you wanted to pay down student loans or anything like that, it just gives you some really great options. Another one right here that's loading is Airbnb. If you have a room in your house that makes sense, and obviously it's easier here in Bend to do that if you reside in the property. So I just wanted to give you a little overview. And If at any point you would like for me to verify this even further, please just click this button. I can, number one, come in person. That is the best way for me to give a value. I can see any upgrades you've done on the property, or I can certainly just do it on real-time sales that happen in your surrounding neighborhood. Keep an eye out for those neighborhood update reports that I'm going to be sending you monthly, and then also keep an eye on properties that pop up that I'm going to email to you based on what comes into your neighborhood, so you can kind of keep an eye on activity. If you need anything at any time, 541-797-1031, or you can just simply email me back. Okay, have a great day. Bye.
Wow. Okay, so Stacy, that was a newer one that you did?
That one's a part of my funnel.
Okay, I love that one.
To introduce people to their Facebook evaluation. So StreetText, they click on something from the ads that we do. So that's their Facebook evaluation. And that's actually the second email they get after my introduction to explain their Facebook evaluation. And I send that the second they register, I send it the same day.
So
they'll get that.
Engagement. That's before they respond, before they engage, you're sending that, correct?
Yep.
And that one looks like the video was 2.5 minutes. It probably takes you 3 minutes to create each one.
I only do one. That's generic.
Oh, that's generic. That's not.
Oh yeah, that's generic. That's just explaining how HomeBot was and that I created that website for them. I mean, I didn't create it, right? But I'm letting them know that I made it for them. Yeah.
It's evergreen. Yeah. And someone was asking in the chat, by the way, why don't you use RPR? Why are you using HomeBot? And I've never really looked at HomeBot. I could tell as soon as it popped up, whoever asked that question, I hope it's answered now.
Dude, somebody, obviously.
No offense to RPR. I'm not trying to be offensive to RPR, but if you look at the layout of HomeBot, instantly you're like, oh, it's so much easier to digest the information.
Oh man, and at like $25 a month, like so much value.
Yeah, and all you do is put their email in and boom, you're done. You didn't spend any time building a CMA or anything for them. I don't even build a video at this point. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's so good. Good job on that. Somebody from the audience said that no wonder people love using you. So
that was Stephen Whiting. That was Iron.
Oh, Stephen.
That was our Iron Man.
Oh, that's your Iron Man. I changed my name to Baby Yoda, so we're okay.
So let me ask you guys a question, because we only have about 10 minutes left, right, Tristan?
Yeah.
All right, so here's a question for you guys. I used to buy leads 15 years ago from a company that was like, what's your home worth? I don't know if they still exist. I don't know. It doesn't matter, right? This was like 15 years ago, first got in the business. I used to get these leads, what's my home worth? And I would go door knock every single one of them. It was a total pain. There was no leverage. We did really well, right? This is think in your mind 15 years ago. What I'm hearing what Stacy's doing and what StreetText does, StreetText generates a huge volume of these leads. And even though part of me is thinking, but she's giving out so much information when they engage, it's kind of taking away some of the incentive for them to invite her over. What she's doing is creating relationship at scale. Like it's allowing her to do things that if she had to get in her car and drive around and door knock each one of these, because most of those people weren't home. Is this a good summary, guys? Is this kind of what you feel like you're doing,
Stacey? We've been calling it virtual door knocking. So it's taking a practice that's worked for a very long time and it's just bringing it into a new time and a new age. So instead of actually having to get in your car and drive around town and knock on people's doors, you're still going to get the no answers, the no responses, the people that slam the door in your face. It's just on a different platform now. So
can I just say? Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you keep going. I was going to say, if you're digital door knocking and someone literally opens up the door to their home, if you have a generic HTML-based auto response with no video, no picture, it's as if you just left a letter on the doorstep hoping they'd receive it the way you wanted to. Or would you rather be there?
I don't even think you left a letter. I think you crumpled up your flyer and tossed it over your shoulders and walked away from the house.
Yeah, exactly. It's not
the term digital door knocking. Have we ever heard that before? Digital door knocking?
Yeah, we have.
Okay, I just must be out of the loop. So
you know what, dude? You need to do more webinars with StreetText than me.
I do. Apparently, invite me on, man. I'm here. I'm in. So digital door knocking. These guys are mastered. Stacy, the other thing I think you're doing is, do you guys know the term speed to relationship?
Yes.
So instead of speed to lead, which used to be what it is, this is speed to relationship. And really, you're combining the funnels in StreetText, which are ridiculously easy to use, with the stuff you're doing yourself, Stacy, which is super cool. And you're building relationships with people like at scale. Is that how you look at what you're doing?
Yeah, and I just wanted to add to that too. When I Facebook friend them, I'm inviting them to my business page. By the way, is not all business. It's a lot of personal because my brand is Sunny and Bend, and my daughter's name is Sunny. So it's about our life in Bend, just so you know. And then I am inviting them to my Facebook group called Sunny and Bend, Oregon, a group for newbies and locals. So now they're in my group. I don't business my group. People rave in my group about me because I help them buy or sell property. So my raving fans are in that group, and it's all about the community. It's not about real estate. So it's taking that relationship, in my opinion, to the next level of, I'm a person, I'm in this town with you too. And if you want to use me, I'm also this person. I'm not just this person that knocked on your door or sent you all that spam. So that's my goal. So at long term, I think that it's going to work. I feel really positive about it. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Remember, I've only been doing this for a year. So I'm testing. So that's the goal.
And she's only been using StreetText for 4 months too, Dr. Strange, just so you know.
So Dr. Strange, before we run out of time, just I am a numbers person. My name is I'm Dr. Strange. Sorry, I'm talking myself. You confused me, Tristan. Captain America. Since I'm Dr. Strange and I'm a numbers person, clients who've been using StreetText for longer than 4.5 months, what sort of results are you seeing in terms of like success, conversion, things like that?
That's all subjective based on someone's follow-up, like Stacy's. But I find that the people that are actually making it are the same ones that are plugging into our weekly masterminds. You know, Stacy's always at the mastermind. Almost every Wednesday she's there. Most of our highest performing clients are there because all we do is dialogue about conversion, integrations, what's working, what's not working, how are you taking this into listing appointments. So it's so much more than Facebook lead generation. If you were to come to StreetText, do a trial and not really work with your coach or with the community or with our trainings, your chances are probably that you're going to settle in a 1% conversion. Okay. But if you're working with us, chances are you're going to get your brand, your personality in front of these people. And the longer you stay with us, the more return you get. Our best agent to this day has almost done 200 deals over 3 years of working with StreetText.
What? Okay, that's what I was looking for.
Drop her name because she's been dropped enough, but she's killing it.
Wait, what's her name?
It's Catwoman.
Okay. we need to have Catwoman on here.
Yeah, we do. We tried to, right? Let's get her going. But yeah, it's the longer you go, the more definitely with top of funnel style leads, these translate into sellers become buyers and referrals come out of it, especially if you're doing what Stacy's doing and creating this lifestyle around it.
Okay.
And I did create I did create a free Facebook group that I'm sharing everything in. So my goal is that other people will come into the group and they will share what's working for them too. And it's all free. I'm copying, pasting, and showing everybody what I'm doing. So
it's called Realtor Free Training Mastermind.
What's the Facebook group name?
Realtor Free Training Mastermind.
You're actually on it right now, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually sharing all the great content that she's in there.
I love that. All right.
There you are. Boom, boom.
There it is. And then also StreetText has their own kind of mastermind community as well. What's the name of that?
That's called the StreetText Insider Group.
Okay, StreetText Insider Group. And then we had Colin Wilson here, who's part of StreetText, is on the webinar here and saying, I have several contracts from it and have been using it for 3 to 4 months.
Yes. So Colin actually is probably working up the hall from you right now. It's kind of funny.
Oh.
And so Colin used to live in Oregon.
I'm Colin's coach.
You know.
Here's what he told me. So he sent me a text and he was like, now you know my secret weapon, winky face. Like,
oh, wow.
I'm like, oh, come on, dude. You've been holding out on me. I months ago.
That's crazy, dude.
I'm Colin's sponsor.
That's what he texted me too.
You know what's crazy? I feel like EXP, realtors from EXP, we just all jive. You guys do so well with StreetText. I don't know what it is that you're trained out there with, but
no, you know what it is? It's that, and I'm not EXP, but this is a compliment to EXP, that they're very tech forward. So they catch on a lot quicker than most real estate agents. So that's a plug. That's my only plug for the day for EXP.
I'm going to quote you on that and take it out of this. Cause so like I'm EXP also. Here's the deal. Let's take it out of brand agnostic back to brand. Like every brand is good. It's tech forward agents. It's any entrepreneurial business person. Like this is a tool. What you were saying, Ira, it makes a lot of sense to me. You take a tool and you don't know how to use it. Of course, you're not going to get conversion. But if you really plug into this group, like the results you guys are talking about is insane. Like I'm really grateful to be on this webinar with you guys. I'm going to go sign up for my free StreetText trial now. Cause like, dude, this is rad.
Yeah. If you want me as your coach, you got to sign into my Calendly though.
I told you I'm already booked for Monday.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go.
Now expect to get these funny, crazy Facebook messages from Captain America. Okay.
It's the only way to do it.
Dude, that totally is. All right, guys. If you jumped in late, there's going to be a replay of this, obviously, on Lab Coat Agents.
Ooh, one thing.
Shoot.
One thing I want to tell you. Kind of the new practice that I'm challenging people to do is take your Messenger URL link and use that as the call to action. So this way, when you're doing your plug in the automated video, connect them to actually send that message directly. So then, boom, shoots right into the Facebook relationship. And
I never even thought of that. Wait, when did you think of that, Marcus? Because that's brilliant.
Actually, Troy came up with that one for me.
Troy, you know what? Where's Troy? We should have interviewed Troy too. Forget Captain.
He's on another call right now.
I'm joking. That's a really wow, dude. Jesse,
why not? Because now you have their Facebook profile. Like, it comes to life. You humanize the process. You don't have to go search for them. It's all there.
I am actually going to start using them. That was brilliant.
What is it? Maybe I'm missing it. So what is it that you're doing?
So can you repeat that, Marcus?
So they submit their email, right? And the automated email from Stacy comes out. And what she's doing in that call to action with the video, she's introducing herself, communicating how she's going to get the value. But to get the value, they have to actually connect with her on Facebook. So she's dropping down her Facebook URL. They click on there and it goes directly to the relationship on Facebook.
To the messenger link, dude.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, you don't need to friend request them even and go straight to Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, even that's amazing. All right, so if you join late, you can see that what's progressing over the next year, 10 years is definitely video, communicating through video 100%. And communicating through those social media and messenger outlets.
Facebook a CRM, making your personal Facebook a CRM and using friends lists to do it. And Stacy's been doing a little bit as well, but that's a whole nother advanced subject that we can talk about that I'm going to be working with Dr. Strange on.
Dude. Well, we could totally level up our next one. So I wanted to thank Stacy for being on. If you have any referrals, make sure to send them to her for Bend, Oregon, and the surrounding areas as well. And Jesse's an admin moderator in Lab Code Agents, and he's out of San Diego. So thank you for being with us, Jesse. Appreciate that. And then Marcus, thank you for being on. We know you as Captain America and Professor X. Thank you. Appreciate you being on for the first time. Hope to see you again. And any questions you have, feel free to message us, text us, and remember to visit StreetText.com, and you get to all that good stuff that you just saw here. You can get there. Anything you want to add, guys?
No, come on, check us out. We got a trial that's basically for free other than the ads that you spend. So you get assigned a great coach, and you get to experience StreetText before you actually purchase it.
All right, guys. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.